Here is a recently extinct animal that you probably didn't know existed, the jackalope. The jackalope was a member of the rabbit or hare family that was found in the grassland prairie regions of North America. It used to be found quite widespreadly throughout Canadian provinces such as Alberta and Saskatchewan, and even ranging over into British Columbia. In the United States, it was found in the kind of wide open plains areas like Montana and Kansas and Nebraska, and even ranged down into Texas. Now, around the kind of settler colonial era of the United States, these guys were incredibly popular, so much so that they were seen as a major crop pest. However, the last reliable report hasn't been seen since the early 1900s, and in the 1950s they were declared to be fully extinct. Now, there were quite a few reasons for the extinction of the jackalope. Like I said before, they were considered to be crop pests, so farmers would hunt them in order to kind of preserve the crops. Another thing that contributed to the extinction of the jackalope was trophy hunting. They were hunted quite extensively to taxidermy, and occasionally in some areas you can still see taxidermied specimens of them, like in museums. However, specimens are rather rare. And of course, habitat loss did contribute to the eventual extinction of the jackalope. A lot of the wide open prairie and grassland area that this animal relied upon to kind of live and avoid predators and breed was turned into agriculture or cities or roads or stuff like that. Now, in the 1940s, there was a captive breeding program established. However, by that point, there were so few jackalope left in the wild, it wasn't really successful at all. And then by the 1950s, they were, of course, extinct. Now, there have been multiple sightings of jackalopes since the 1950s, however, none of them have been credible. And there have been extensive surveys in the areas that the jackalopes used to live, both in the United States and in Canada. And since these animals preferred kind of the more wide open areas, it is unlikely that there's like a hidden population or anything. And they were definitely confirmed to be extinct in the 1950s, which is unfortunate. The extinction of the jackalope was so rapid that a lot of people have no idea what this animal was, and if they do, they think that it did not actually even exist. However, that is not entirely true. It definitely did still exist, and preserved specimens are available for people to see. However, the idea persisted that the jackalope was not a real animal, even though that is not true.